Hello guys, welcome to another exciting video. Today we are going to discuss all drugstore affordable makeup that I discovered certain products for years now that are amazing. I've worked with them multiple times. I think most of them are still available and we'll go through some of the details. Also yesterday what I've done, I went to the drugstore and I picked up for the most part new releases, and some of them I just swatched. I haven't even used them. So today I will use certain products that I know how they work, that I really do enjoy and love, and I will give you my all-time favorite drugstore recommendations, and I will create a look with some of the new and some of the favorite drugstore affordable products. Now the good thing about this is that sometimes they do really surprise me in a way how affordable they are, yet the result they give you, that for the most part it is amazing for some of them. First I wanted to mention that today I'm not going to use any primer. I feel like my skin, especially today, is extremely it is super dry. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'm going to focus more on a hydration rather than use a primer. I feel like that will really help me. First, I'm going in with this PIXI Beauty H2O Skin Drink Pure Hydration Gel. This one is amazing for me as I'm having dry skin, especially summertime, or when I feel like my skin is thirsty and I want that extra boost of hydration before I apply my makeup. Now the consistency of this product is really gel-like. As it says, this is pure gel. And like I said, when I need extra boost of hydration before my makeup, I really do love using this one. And now I feel like my skin feels really smooth. Now for the eyebrows. So there were two products that I discovered at drugstore, and this one is called CATRICE Micro Slim Eye Pencil, which is also waterproof, which is great. Now this is eye pencil. They have different version with the spoolie on the end, but because of the tip of the product and the way it's applied and also the color, I really did love this one more. Even though this is eye pencil, I definitely realized that I can use this one on my eyebrows and it gives me great result. And what I do love about it the most is how thin this is, so I can create hair-like effect. Now this pencil is in the shade 030 Brown Precision. I've also realized, I thought usually they have even sharpener on the other end. This one doesn't have, I don't know what it is. Now it's been a while since I've used this one. I used this one multiple times, even throughout the couple of years. So this thing has been around for a while. Since I haven't used it recently, what do I think now about it? I think that equally I do prefer pencil or to do my eyebrows with the brush. But one thing they have in common, they both have to be really thin in order to achieve the look that I want. I'll say because I can customize pomades, I feel like I do prefer them tiny bit more sometimes over the pencil. This one is just a tiny bit off when it comes to color. I wish it was a little bit more cool toned. Now when I think about it, I mean in general it looks good, but I don't know in how many shades this one comes. But still, for this price, I'll say it's definitely worth it. Now to make a shape and to clean everything, I'm gonna use concealer. Before I continue with today's choice, I just want to say that overall, in general, the best, hands down, I think even for the most part, so many people can agree with that one, is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer. That one can easily beat even high-end concealers. Now this year, as we all know, it was a year of concealers. I'm so happy that a lot of the concealers came out. I'm happy with the choice that we have. So if you want to go on a budget, and also sometimes, for example, my store sometimes can even have 30% off on the initial price, which already is amazing for the product. That is the only complaint I always had about that product is the sponge. Because when I used to work with the clients, if I'm gonna use that particular concealer, then I'll have to just take it out in order to have my product. Even if I'm using it on myself, I prefer brushes. So that's the reason why I had to take it off. Other than that, that is amazing and the way it looks. Anyways, for today, I found something, I think this is new product, and I was shocked with the price. So this one costs a little bit over $3, which is crazy. This is from Essence Stay All Day 14 Hours Long Lasting Concealer, which is waterproof, and it comes in a new improved texture. Now in my shop there were only 2 shades. I picked up the lighter one. The other one was a bit darker, but it was more on a pinkish side, which is great especially for the under eyes, but I chose to go with more neutral and a bit lighter. Now this is shade 10 Light Honey. I think in general there are 4 shades when it comes to this concealer. I could see in a texture that what I claim to be long lasting, it may be long lasting just because how it feels. I will use this for my eye base today, and as you can see it's pretty light. I don't know, maybe in some other shops there were a bit darker one. It won't make sense because the 2 shades that I saw there were too light, but for me it's okay. When I see this texture, now this is first time me using this one. If this is going to be good for this price, I will be shocked because of the price. This type of a texture works great with the oily eyelids. So if you are struggling with that when you are applying your base, sometimes don't just look at the eye primers or eye base, but look also for the concealers, because sometimes concealers can work better sometimes than the actual eye base. And now when I think about it, before we had all this type of bases and everything that we do have in this day and age, around 12 years ago when I started, we didn't have that much choice when it comes to that. Do you know what we used? We used concealers as our eye base, you guys. So if you're struggling with the oily eyelids, or maybe if you're struggling with the eyeshadow disappearing, try that. Another thing that I wanted to mention when it comes to applying long-lasting concealers, you don't want it to sit too much on your eyelid. I just reapplied the product, and also be careful to not apply a lot of the product on top of the product. Anyways, I did try something on this eye, but we'll do something else. I feel like I want to do something else. What are we going to be using today is the Epic Earth collection from CATRICE, and I think that this one is around, I don't know, $12 or $13. We'll see how this one, I really do like how it performed so far when it comes to opacity and everything. What I wanted to say is I'm having this one for a while. This is not a new palette, but I just haven't used this one up until today. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create a different look with this one. But I was intrigued with this color story. What they do have also with this collection, they do have a couple of different color stories which within the same format of palette. So I think that was really, really interesting. Now I want to start with a light, and I love the color choice. And I think you can use a lot of daily wearable makeup with this. Okay, the pigmentation of this one is not too crazy, at least at first. And I'm not quite sure what this one means. It's called Base. It says that this palette has been inspired by nature, and we have eyeshadow collection with 9 incredibly soft, long-lasting, matte and metallic shades with intense payoff. That is all that it says. Let me try a little bit of this base. Yeah, it's just soaking in. I am really drawn to this color right here. I have to say the pigment right here, it's amazing. Not from the lighter one, but from this shade specific. Let me see how this one will blend. I see that I definitely need to reapply while I am blending this. It is a little bit inconsistent in a formula, but I definitely love the pigment. Now I'm gonna grab with my bigger blending brush this shade right here. Take the excess off, of course. And I will connect slowly this one. Okay, now the pigment is grabbing beautifully, but when it comes to blending, I feel like I have some inconsistencies here. Maybe, well, I'll have to give the benefit of a doubt when it comes to this to the new base that I'm using, because I've been using that one for the first time. And it's just that maybe this would perform differently with the different base. I will drag this color into my crease. Let's see now how this one will blend on top of the lighter one, because sometimes with a certain eyeshadows, they perform differently when you apply lighter shade than darker. And then again, when you apply darker to the lighter later, so I don't know. Now when I add a little bit of this darker, but I have to reapply like a couple of times, it looks good. It looks really nice. Yeah. Even though it's intense, it does look pretty natural, I'll say. I will apply also a little bit of a base underneath my eyes, and I will blend that. Wow. Okay, this is pigmented, and I don't think I even needed to dot, just so that this is prepared. Now you can leave this as it is so that you have like more subtle transition, and it is really beautiful. And if you are doing something to work or your daytime, this is gorgeous, and it's pretty much basic. Now what I want to do is to add a little bit of shimmer, and I'm gonna go with a flat brush with this shade right here. Just add it here, because it's kind of a goldish shimmer. It's not like super like reflecting or metallic. It does go nicely with the rest of the eye, and it blends nicely. Like the pigment is not that crazy. The one that stood out the most was this reddish shade right here. Now I'm gonna take smaller brush, and I'm gonna do kind of blended liner. Oh, and of course I am doing that with the deepest shade right here. I will also take a bit bigger brush just to blend it. Now I'm gonna go in and use this reddish shade as well on my lower lashes, all the way from the end to the beginning. And I will smudge that a little bit. But now what I want to do to darken up everything, this shade right here is pretty dark, and it will complement the rest of the eye as well beautifully. I'm just gonna go like so. This one is shimmery shade. And now to smudge everything, I'm gonna use my smaller blending brush. And I will just blend it. And one of the products that I received yesterday from the PIXI is this liner right here. And this one is Lash Line Ink. I love the fact that this is such a thin tip of the brush. And I'll say that the only downside, I think, is that the fact that I think this is not waterproof. Like, it is smudge resistant, but I don't think it's waterproof. But the tip of the brush is amazing. Yeah, you can really be precise with this one. I love it. Now for my lashes, I will use CATRICE Glam False Lashes Mascara. This one is waterproof, and I really do like the one on this mascara. This is one of my favorites. Okay, now for the lashes, if you are watching this channel, you will know that my go-to in general, even though it's drugstore, I do love ARDELL Naked Lashes in style 421. These are my favorite lashes, and here's why. Even though I do have really natural eyeshadow shades here on my lid, even though they're longer, they don't look unnatural. And the interesting thing is that these particular lashes, they can fit so many different eye shapes. And also what you can do, you can cut them in half and just use it as a outer portion for your lashes. And like, here is the difference, and I really do love the effect. Also, what I've used is this Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, and this one is even with the aloe vera, and I really do love this one. Also, what I've done here is to apply, you remember how I said that this pencil is actually the eye pencil, but the thing here is that it doesn't want to glide in my waterline that much, so this would work better just on a skin, but as a pencil for the waterline it's not that good. But for the eyebrows, that's as you saw, I really did love that one. Now let's move on to a foundation. My top foundation for years when it comes to drugstore is hands down L'Oreal Infallible. This is 32, used to be 24, 32 Fresh Wear foundation, and I'm gonna use in shade 140. You guys, for the price that is, this is medium to full, building up to full coverage foundation. Truly, this one is amazing when it comes to foundations, and I did use this one a lot. And if I want to thin it out, I would usually use my Dior Backstage foundation, but like I mentioned, this is medium coverage and it's not too heavy. It's long lasting and it does have more as a matte finish. It is not dewy. If you want a little bit of a coverage, this is one of the best that you're going to find at the drugstore. I don't want to apply like too heavy of amount, just a light layer. And now I cannot wait to try this concealer to see, because the price point is so unbelievably low, if this is going to work, then I don't know what to say. But let me just blend this a little bit. Wow. Wow. Can we see this? Wow. Obviously, I don't want to get my hopes too high too soon, because we still need a test run for this to see how this will work. But so far it blended okay into my skin, but I don't know if this is going to hold or what is going to happen, or even how the powders will apply on top of this. So obviously there's more when it comes to this, but so far I really love the effect. It is, you know what, it is on a thinner side, that's for sure. But I have to say, this one is on thinner side, but I have to say it does look beautiful on the skin. Me personally, for my skin tone, I do love the finish as the Lancome New Serum Foundation, which is, well, it does have different effect and it is more of a sheer glow coverage. This one is long lasting, supposed to be long lasting, so I understand the texture here. Now when it comes to blush, I will use on the Glow blush from the PIXI. I do have 3 shades here, but I will use this one, which is shade Juicy. And I will go like so directly on my skin. And I know these can look really pigmented, but trust me, once you blend it into the skin, it looks beautiful. That goes for each of these blushes. They're beautiful and so like not in your face, you know. Love these. So today I'm gonna just use this one. This can stay as well. These, even though they are cream, they can stay like without setting them. I love this shade. Now for my bronzer, I'm gonna use Catrice. I realized I have a lot of Catrice products today. Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder. This is for medium to tan, but somehow I don't feel like this is too deep. We'll see now once I applied it. I love the undertone of this one. I really do. It's really nice. And again, for the price, I think this one was around $5. Wow, this one is really subtle, and the color, you guys. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. This one is 035 Universal Bronze. So this bronzer is, it's really good. Surprise, because this is the one that I picked yesterday. Now to set everything, another product that I've tried yesterday. Now when it comes to powders, I really tend to buy a lot of high-end powders because that is something that is very delicate. But when I swatched this one, I really loved it. And this one is warm beige, and it's funny, it does have two textures, which I love. So the swatch was really promising because it just blended seamlessly into my skin, you guys. Let me see one side. And this one feels like it is really lightweight, which I really appreciate when it comes to powders. And this is, like I said, warm beige, but I don't know, for me it doesn't look that warm. It's not too much powdery. I'm just thinking at the moment if this is the right color for me. Well, my skin is extremely dry today, I don't know what's going on. But I love how soft this one is. I'll say that definitely this one is not the most blurring powder that you can get there, but it is really nice. It's definitely the powder that has lighter coverage. Now I want to switch to something that really caught my eye. And it's extremely, I think it's gonna be extremely strong. It is CATRICE Modern Glow Highlighter, and this one is Supreme Rose Beam. Just wanted to show you. I realized how it emphasizes the skin texture, but at the same time, I felt like the color of this was amazing. Beautiful. Can't wait to try this on my skin. We'll see. I think there were 3 shades available, and the one that I picked, it's a bit more warmer. Usually I would use the one that was like really kind of a lighter. Okay, here's the thing. Love the color, love the effect, but what I do not like is that if you put it too much, you will start to really emphasize your skin texture. So the way it grabs, it really doesn't emphasize skin texture, so you have to be like really careful with it. But the color, the shade is amazing. I wanted to try a new combo. So yesterday I went for a CATRICE lip liner, plumping lip liner in the shade Cheers to Life. And then also this hydrating nude essence lipstick. And this lipstick, oh my god, I really loved the swatch when I took it. But the thing here was, when I applied it just on my lips, it looked way too light, way too pink. So the one that was the darkest would be perfect for it, because I loved the most, what I liked about this one was the fact that it was so comfortable. And I really do how comfortable again this one is, and I do feel like this shade could be one of the go-to shades for a season of spring. Now for my fixing spray, I'm gonna use Maybelline Lasting Fix Spray. The other one, I don't have it right here, but the other one that is amazing as well, and it's drugstore, and I think it's even, no, it is even affordable than this one. It is from CATRICE Setting Spray. It's multitasking spray. That one, guys, is amazing for the price. The bottle is a little bit smaller, but I highly recommend that one as well. And this one from the drugstore, those two I think are my favorite that I've tried. Now let's see what's going to happen now. I was expecting a little bit more from that highlight. The color is amazing, but the way it looks on a skin is definitely not my favorite. Anyways, today we had like mix of everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed this different type of video when it comes to products. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and what are your favorite products when it comes to drugstore, and did you try any of these? Before you leave, make sure to watch this video, and guys, I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.